mean, if you see right there, these guys, this will be a run back. And the first time, Bryan-D was looking like he was about to take it for the large part of the set until Caba changed up his approach and ran it back. But this is a mirror match. Grand finals is going to be Bryan-D versus Caba, Guile versus Guile. CPT 2023, guys.
I'm excited for this. I really am excited for this. Going into the grand finals, it was completely unpredictable, right? It could have been Caba. It could have been Bryan-D. It went down to the final moments. And we might just get that repeat, right? We might see the Fireball War come back into play. And personally, I want to see what the changes are. So I want to see what the distances are going to be like. I want to see who's going to utilize the meter in certain ways. It's going to be exciting. Here we go. Guile on Guile action. Caba versus Bryan-D. This is for potentially Capcom Cup champion. Bryan-D still needs to get the reset as Caba is sitting on the winner's side, by the way, of Grand Finals.
Follows the boom, gets the perfect parry, gets over the powered up boom. That was so good.
And that was expensive too. Oh, luckily enough, Caba actually landed on the Sonic Cross laid out by Bryan-D at such a speed where he's at least able to get some more of that drive gauge back. And I like this now from Bryan-D. He's not going to be acting as much, right? He's going to be throwing boom sparingly, I feel like, up until this point. I thought he wanted to act second and kind of play the way that Caba played in the initial standoff, but him starting it off too, being aggressive, I think we'll accept that.
Yeah, take the fireball fight. Fireball fight didn't go too bad for Bryan-D the first time they actually went and approached it, so why not, right? Make it the most annoying they can, because I feel like we talked about how the initial, like, you know, fundamentals, the neutral game of it all is in favor of Caba in a lot of situations just with experience.
That's the first time we haven't really seen Caba contest against it. Now the second time he's not going to let it through. Big carry, and man, that's the kind of anti-airs we were looking for in the initial exchange. Bryan-D looking to take it down against Caba right now. Help the fist right at the shins, Caba.
And that's typically where we see Caba start to put his buttons at. But now Bryan-D learning the way it works. Okay.
Oh, we've seen that before. Hey, it recovered just in time. Not bad, but still getting the punish counter is Bryan-D setting up with the cross. No, he faked it out. He was expecting Caba to contest with a Sonic Boom of his own. Caba 2 steps ahead.
Yo, the double perfect parry. Tries to make something happen. No trade. Burnout on the side of Bryan. Hold up. Okay, the Sobot.
He's moving forward. Yeah, he can't charge the boom if he's moving forward. Bryan-D recognized that. Oh.
Uh-oh, looking for something.
Oh,
D.I.
no
gets the stun. I was just looking for an anti-air.
I thought it was going to be a level 3 from Bryan. Out of there. At the cost of what? Put him on alive. A big conversion, but even bigger explosion from Caba with the OD flash kick.
Okay.
You're the same person. What do you mean on another level?
Just on another level. And by that, I mean the outfit.
Yeah, we can accept that. The jumpsuit guy is actually pretty sick. But nothing really beats classic.
Nothing really does, bro. The fact that they got the stubble and stuff on the outfits now.
Yeah. But he has full facial hair on the jumpsuit, which is pretty neat. Actually connects and bridges the gap.
Sonic. Yo, the hit into the Sonic Hurricane.
That was rough. Bryan-D miscalculating the speed and the distance of that Sonic Boom. Again, with level 1s, you're not invulnerable to the projectiles. Caba making full work of it, getting the extension 2 with the punish counter.
Oh
no.
My gosh. No anti-air. Did not land on the boom. Boom, demo.
Whap, 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 whap.
Wasn't aware that that powered up boom was not going to do it. Okay.
Oh, the miscalculation,
Big
Bryan-D.
damage. You got to spin that off.
He was so consistent with the flash kicks, but he didn't recognize the distance from Caba. The jump in, finding great success into the bait. And I love that Caba makes it absolutely hurt. That is one touch for game, essentially.
Okay. Okay, we got one on the board. Caba versus Bryan-D. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. It's been a lot of Street Fighter 6 played this weekend. We're just appreciative that you guys pulled up and watched with us. Plenty of Street Fighter 6 action still going on. We got the Singapore offline, as well as the France offline coming up, and Europe Northeast. You have an opportunity to enter.
So I do want to clarify and bring up a very, very important topic as we get into the rest of the set. Again, first and foremost, obviously, it was interrupted that we had our top 16 moving on into this, hence why we had it after the South African region. We do want to put a little bit of a pause and kind of break the immersion a little bit. And to let you guys know, there was a little bit of a mishap during the gameplay between Caba as well as Bryan-D, where we had like a little bit of a network disruption. It lagged out a little bit, so we will be seeing ourselves going into the next game, but there will be a round on the board, I think, for the side of Bryan-D. So as we get into it, I don't want you guys to get confused. That's just how it rolls because of the fact that we didn't get to capture the replay, which also means that we had this a little bit pre-recorded because of the time constraint and also having the players play off during the events of South Africa. So just full disclosure, we did have to break the immersion for just a little bit, but we will continue on into the grand finals as scheduled here for Bryan-D and Caba. Again, Caba making it hurt, making it so destructive on some of these big hits going into the level 3. There's no doubt in my mind, even if there was a disruption, he's still able to kind of fight back through. But it's up to Bryan-D to really take advantage of this situation.
It's been so many instances where you've seen where it looks like Bryan-D was like, all right, I got this now. But like it was just a small switch by Caba, takes back control of these rounds, albeit with just booms, right? The fact that like the booms are so prevalent with Guile makes a lot of sense. But even more so how they're navigating. If you go back to that first set, the way that Bryan-D was playing around booms, his boom game was so good. But now the defensive side of the boom game is coming up, and that's why I feel like you're starting to see like these small changes while these guys are fighting each other.
Yeah, and Bryan-D, just one slight miscalculation. We talked about how Caba, he has that tournament experience. He knows how to capitalize on some of those big mistakes. And he made him pay for it, right? Taking a look at it, we just talked about it earlier. A little bit of a mishap. This was pre-recorded specifically for the sake of making it as effective as possible for our players to play under the best circumstances. But fact of the matter is, Bryan-D, he is able to take the first round via timeout because of that disconnect. Caba still has a game under his belt, so it's a huge difference.
Back to the boom parade.
I love that too. Oh, we saw him break the charge. Still maintaining the anti-airs. I love that from Bryan. German suplex.
Oh, more booms.
Even more booms.
Oh, the jump in. And this is what I was talking about. It looks so good for Bryan-D for a minute, and then he gets one knockdown, and the game just kind of slips out from under his control in so many instances.
Perfect blade. Perfect blade. Blades are perfect. It's actually kind of sick. Not gonna lie to you, man. This beat goes hard.
Bro, I love this song.
Damn, these guys are slugging it. Yo, I like
chucking booms.
I personally like this. It's up to the first person to really crack and lose momentum. It's so sick.
Nope.
We talked about it. I literally just
mentioned but
Bryan.
the drop.
What? Uppercut, flash kick.
Yep, gonna get him.
Jesus.
Yeah, if you try to set up that Sonic Blade full screen or OD, looks like it's gonna do the job in catching you out of all that.
Oh hell, punish counter. No. Maybe it was too far for the flash kick. Caba wasn't confident in it, so he threw the Sobot kick just in case. 6 seconds on the clock. Caba, he could maintain the lead. 2, 1.
No. Lots of skill.
Yeah. What's really rough too is Bryan-D obviously going for the rest of that combo. He's trying to build meter for himself, but even if you hit the opponent, they build just as much meter. You know, that is crazy.
All right, here we go.
That's also crazy. He matched Bryan 1-for-1 in rounds with his own time over. I see what you're doing, man. No way. The bait. The wait and bait. Caba. Yep. Make it hurt.
Spin that. Drive ball on top of that. Hella damage. Booming.
And it was a fast move with that.
Okay. Tries to get behind it. With punish with the boom. Could have been worse. Perfect parry. Not close enough to get the anti-air. You got to be careful throwing those.
Damn, the blades back and forth. That's sick.
Yo, that's tight. Yo, the OD beats the blade, though. Bro, they are booming to save lives right now.
This is sick. Oh
yo, the clash, the parry, it's adding up Bryan-D. Trying to find something.
Oh, he's so close to Caba. Trying to find the opening against Bryan. With the timing that Bryan was utilizing to counter against his own booms or against the other booms, it seems so close. Oh, the flash kick. Get off of me. Yo, he's keeping a tight watch on Caba.
Oh, I thought that was going to be throw. Oh, burnout. Bryan-D, what are you going to do? Perfect parries on the side of Caba now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're dead.
So that was kind of scary too. Caba, he was a little bit weary of throwing the Sonic Booms because of Bryan-D holding his charge. If he reacts to a level 1, he will get the punish counter. So I did like the boom, drive rush forward to stop him and to interrupt the timing. That was actually pretty godlike.
No, it was really smart actually. I mean, the fact that they were holding this, they were content with holding the screen that long with nothing but booms.
Yeah.
And just a perfect instance to actually try to get in. You saw like the timings with the OD booms to like catch a lot of the startups of the Sonic Blades, and that really helped out too. We're gonna go back in 2-0 right now in favor of Caba. See, and now you see him retaliating, just waiting a split second to see how they're gonna retaliate versus some of these booms. That Sonic Blade power up with the OD boom is actually, it's crazy. It's mad fast.
It's actually pretty cool. Now that I think about it, I really like the inclusion of like the V skills for all the characters, specifically Guile. When I'm thinking about it, what was Guile's V skill too? I don't remember.
It was the
it was the I remember he would move forward
the air one. It was the air boom, yeah.
Imagine if he had that in 6.
Bro, don't look. First off, don't put that into the atmosphere, bro. We still got years of this game to play. It'll come down to pipe.
Imagine if they put that down in 6. That'd be kind of cool,
wow,
right?
You need to calm down. You're getting a little too excited, sir. Anyway. Oh, the booms, they're adding up.
A little bit, yeah. Trying to cross and move on in. Caba getting rid of the damage. Getting rid of the threat. Oh, and he got him too used to sending the old Sonic booms against Caba. I love this too. We talked about it, him being able to turn on the switch.
You gotta get switch, you know?
Get the switch up on the fireballs, get the switch up on the jump-ins, drive rushes if need be. Caba, again, showing that element prowess and good attention to detail against Bryan.
Backing him up to this corner. Caba has the life lead, but the positioning not the best. But the round placement is looking great. One more round, and Caba will be your central champion. Oh man, I'm
Central America East. I got
excuse
you,
me,
brother.
my bad. Thank you.
I was chugging down the rest of this Red Bull. My bad. The jumping again!
I didn't think the jump in was going to clear the boom, but he gets the hit Caba. Not close enough to get the full combo, though.
Let me see the roundhouse and the solid puncher. Let me see that.
Something. Bryan-D, give me something.
Oh, Bryan actually can't throw a fireball. He can't throw a fireball at the wrong time because he could get level 1 to death. Oh, that's scary. Oh, right there. Yeah, he's waiting.
Yep.
He can't do it.
Oh,
that could have been level 1.
be careful of those booms, bucko. Okay. Man, my man Bryan-D never used a solid punch. Oh, you're dead. That's gonna be the game, and your champion, Caba. Bandits Caba, your Central America East champion here for this CPT 2023 as the rep. He's going to be 3-0 over Bryan-D. Shout outs to Bryan-D.
Yo, big shout outs
A
to
valiant
Bryan-D.
effort to actually try and stop the guy. Caba, shout outs to Ajax Fidelity as well with the 3rd place showing. Shout outs to my guy, Bandits Caba, one of the best guys to do it. You've seen the difference between those two, and I'm going to tell you right now, the boom game evolved significantly throughout the first and second time that these guys played each other.
It felt like an anime clash out, to be honest with you. We're starting to see the adaptations too from Bryan-D. I think overall, Caba, his adaptation skills were just a notch above Bryan's, right?
Oh,
Bryan
yeah.
was starting to utilize some of the spacing to get some of these flash kicks going. One slight miscalculation, obviously, Caba made it hurt. Since then, I don't think Bryan-D has been able to get some of these big rebuttals because of the fact that Caba was so keen to Bryan-D's timing of the Sonic Booms and also really aware of the spacing to even get some of these big punish counters. And speaking of big punish counters, again, Caba, when he exposes a mistake, he will make it hurt.
I think when one of the big changes was when he literally played the fireball game so long that the jump started to get more and more successful. Whether it just be the point blank range or whether it just be the fact of like neutral jumping, making sure he got like the boom priority, and just not using so much of your drive where you can't convert if you get that blind hit. And that's one of the reasons I feel like Bryan-D was really holding Caba off for so long, because he was like, look, I'm gonna let you use as much as your drive as possible, then I'm gonna try to start my offense. And that's when some of those bigger hits started to come in. Caba had to slow down his pace because Bryan-D obviously knows how to fight the matchup well in the mirror match. So it was really one of those things. Lots of experience on the side that you saw actually get Caba that W, the better boom placement, on top of the fact that like even Caba couldn't play his game where he would get into this range. You'd see the upside down kick to chase. You'd see the forward heavy fierce punches to chase as well. We didn't see much of that at all, and it's because Bryan-D was not trying to interact. He was content with being like, yo, I'll throw booms until a mistake happened. And like there was a couple times I feel like, what if he had used solid puncher to keep him at bay a little bit more? There's a few things in there I feel like where Bryan-D was just letting Caba play too much of his game towards the tail end of that set. But as you can see, the first set went 3-2. The second set in grand finals went 3-0. And you can see how this top 8 played out, man. Hochi holding it down up there versus Caba goes down 3-2. Bryan-D takes out Ajax Fidelity in the winner's side. We see Edward Ting 3-0 over Louis Man, which is crazy. Jimmy DR goes down, wins 3-2 over G-Roy, and then we move into that second losers round. Hochi versus Jimmy, 3-0. Ajax Fidelity versus Edward Ting, 3-0. Then we go to the losers semifinal. It's 3-1 in favor of Ajax. I thought he was getting the speed back up to the point where he was going to be prepared to take on Bryan-D in the run back, and it did not go the way that we thought. Ajax Fidelity goes down 3-0 to Bryan-D. The superior boom placement, not being able to get that jury game started, is one of the 2 reasons that you can see Bryan-D take it. In the grand finals we saw, it was a boom battle through the ages, Caba versus Bryan-D, and we have our champion of Central America East. Is going to be Caba, Bandits Caba, and the Guile to take the top 8 and be our representative here. And it was just a good top 8 to go through all along. And you guys were in for a treat because you got a free doubleheader to see the ending of not 1, but 2 CPT events here this weekend.
In the same weekend? That's
in the
crazy.
same weekend, bro. What more do you need?
Big ups to him getting